and marketing and Wade, if I miss the pronunciation, I'm open to correction. Wade Haba, marketing manager, Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. We've come to talk about all things LWSC. Let me start with the boss. Good morning and welcome to the Prime Money Drive.
Good morning. And thank you for having us.
Again, good morning. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning.
Okay.
And thank you for having us.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay. All right. So let's start off the conversation. How is LWSC, Madam Boss Lady?
We're doing pretty well, that I can say for sure. And then the results are out there in the streets, in the communities. So we're not where we used to be, but we're not where we want to go yet.
Wow. You're not where you used to be and you're not where you want to go.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll talk about all that. How is the job as marketing manager? How is the job?
Well, I can clearly say we are doing good. With this new management, we are actively involved into the workings of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, making sure that our customers are informed as to what they need to know about, and that is why we are here.
Okay. Let's start off. So the board of directors, have a board resolution authorizing management of LWSC to institute a temporary 50% waiver for all water customers and 25% for all sewer customers. Board resolution BOD RES 07 2025-010. Let's start with you. How did the board conceive this idea about having a reduction? And what is the driving force, the LWSC should be raising some money to help with government revenue. Now you're waiving some money. What was the driving force?
Okay, so quite frankly, this is not our first waiver process.
Okay.
So we had one from March 24th to June 24th this year. And what drove the process first before we come to why the next one was initiated. So we took over the LWSC in March of 2024. And one of the things we met there were age-old arrears.
Wow.
Arrears dated as far back as the 90s, the early 2000s. Yeah.
90s?
Yeah. And these arrears, when you do our books, it make it look like we have a lot of money out there that we don't want to collect. But in reality, we cannot collect this money because some of these people are not even around. Some of them can't even afford to pay. Imagine a family customer has a debt of up to 10,000 USD.
What?
They can't afford to pay. And some of the things we saw also was that new tenants entering homes were giving bills that were not theirs, and they had to foot the bills because the policy of LWSC say the bill is on the structure and not on a person. So whether you new or you old tenant, that structure carries the bill. So there were too many complaints coming back and forth that we...
Sorry, let me understand the part. So if I move in Prime FM and Prime FM owing water bill for 50,000,
yes.
Once I did, LWSC will bring that bill
yes,
to me.
and you move as News FM now, you have to pay that bill, yeah. So there are a lot of different things that led to the waiver. So as a management team, we sat in our meeting and said, what can we do? And we brought for the idea to the board. They approved it, and we ran that for 3 months. But there are several things that happened during the 3 months period. One, there wasn't rigorous marketing or community awareness on the waiver. Secondly, the waiver at the time was only for water. It was 50% water only. And then another thing, we saw that the time frame was short. Because just telling somebody you have 3 months, people have to gather the money, especially people with very huge areas. So after we did the analysis from the first waiver that we did, we went back to the drawing board and said, okay, can we meet the board again and let them know that we tested this, it has proven that it can work, but there were several other factors that stopped us from getting the desired results, and we told them everything that we knew, and now the board agreed to give us a second waiver. Now they've included the sewer customers, so it's 25% now for sewer. So this new waiver, we're running it currently from July 10 up to January 10, 2026. And one of the things I want to stress here is the fact that if you've benefited from the first waiver that happened between March and June, you are not eligible for the second waiver for water customers only. If you're a water customer that benefited from the first waiver and now you want to benefit from this second waiver as a sewer customer, you are eligible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means I can benefit twice. One as a water customer and another
As a sewer customer, yeah.
All right. Now, who are in the categories of the 25% and the 50%?
So we have three categories of customers at water. So we have water only, we have sewer only, and we have both water and sewer customers. So for the water customers, they have 50%. For the sewer customers, they have 25%. If you are both water and sewer customers, that we look at your bill and determine which one is the percentage that fits you right.
Now, let me talk to the marketing manager. So, how are you going to market or communicate this new goals resolution?
Thank you. So, since there was not much vigorous publicity or awareness done in the first resolution that was had, we as marketing, this time management decided that the marketing be vigorously, thoroughly involved, and we plan to do this on the community level, community engagement. We want to engage our community, our customer in every community in all of our 12 zones, along with the public relations department.
So 12 zones are in Montserrat alone or in the country?
The 12 zones in Montserrat.
You want to roll out the zones for us, so those are also we are aware.
So it's like from zone 1 to zone 12. We get zone 1 and 2, that is the Bushborough Island aspect.
Okay.
And then Central Monrovia have to do with zone 3. And then zone 5, we have the Fairmont, the single from the land side. FE Matadi is zone 5. Then zone 6 is the Oro and Belt, the whole Oro, and some part of Congo Town. And then zone 4 is from the 2nd Street, the beach side, going all the way to Winner Chapel. And then zone 7, we got the Congo Town back road coming up to around the all the way to the Ministerial the Health Ministry. And then we have zone 12, which is the Tupo Road, Kingdom Care, Rehab, both left and right. So 11 has to do with the how you call it
The Japan Freeway?
No, Japan Freeway is part of zone 1 and 2.
Okay.
But zone 11 is around the Coca-Cola factory coming to this Benson Hospital, all the way. So clearly they are in zone 11. So that's how we demarcate.
So you got a big way to communicate this goal resolution, because it's virtually like capturing the whole of Montserrat and maybe parts of
yes, certainly, and we are prepared, we are ready to do that, so that our people, our customer can benefit from this waiver opportunity.
Okay, you can answer them. Maybe the deputy managing director can also weigh in. I'm reading here. They say we, the undersigned, being majority of the members of the board of directors of the management of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, on this 10th day of July, AD 2025, do pursuant to the 1918 Act, Public Authorities Law Title 30 Liberian Code of Laws revised and the amended Act of 2017, pass these resolutions. The resolution was signed July 10. Today is August 15. Why are you now just about to communicate to the public? You want to add, and then the boss can. Okay, you can.
So it's not just now we started communicating that to the public. We've had different marketing campaigns at different locations, and also we've been informing our customers as they come into our different boosters. So at Water and Sewer, we got 2 offices, head office Front Street in Fairmont, and then we have boosters in GSA. We have another one in Soul Clinic, one in New Georgia, one in Cardwell, and we have the Airfield Gantry.
Also, that place I pass by always in the car area is a booster.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So when you go there, you find sales and marketing staff. Like all our divisions have staff at our different.
Can I also call it like your sub office?
Yes.
Okay.
But we call it booster because it has a tower. It boosts the pressure and the production of water. Yeah.
All right. This is the Prime Morning Drive on Prime FM 105.5. I will come to the 5-year strategic plan. I got loads of questions from there, but let's stick to this bold resolution. So there are 5 points I see here. 1, approval of waiver. The board of directors hereby approves 50% waiver on water bills for all customers for the period of 6 months beginning July 10, 2025 to January 10, 2026, and a 25% waiver on bills for all customers for the period of 6 months July 2025 to January 2026. So you got the implementation and monitoring, you got financial consideration, you got public communication, you got review and evaluation. Let's start with implementation and monitoring. How are you going to achieve this?
Okay, so the implementation process is first we have to communicate that to our clients, and then once people start to come in, there's a whole process. I forget to mention that the waiver is asked of your December 31st, 2023 bill.
Okay.
So from whatever time you started with water and sewer up to December 31st, 2023 is that bill that we're going to run the 50% against.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you come to the office, we have a team. We have somebody in the billing office. If you meet them, they can do it for you and take you to the account receivable wherein you are told how to do it. So there are several ways you can do it. You can say, I have a $1,000 bill for that stipulated date, and I want to benefit from the waiver, but I don't have the $1,000 today. The 500, but 50%. I don't have the 500 today. You can go ahead and pay the $100 that you have today.
Okay.
And then you do a payment plan.
Okay.
They do a payment plan for you there.
So you don't have to pay one stop shop.
If you have it, you can pay.
Do it. Okay.
Yes.
If you don't have
we
it,
also want to make it seamless for our clients.
Great.
So what can happen is that when you pay that money, you have to ensure that your bill, that you've completed your payment by January 10, 2026. So if you don't complete your payment by January 10, 2026, you forfeit the 50%. It means that money you've been paying is just a regular payment towards your arrears. So by the 10th of January 2026 at 5 o'clock, the waiver closes. So if you still owe us $5 on your 50%, you do not benefit from the 50%.
Oh, so you start over.
Yes, if we ever do a waiver again, I don't know. So you start over. So that's the whole part of the implementation process.
Then let's go to the financial consideration, and then I'll go to the marketing manager on the public communication aspect. But can you kindly take the financial consideration? The corporation shall undertake a financial assessment to mitigate any operational constraints arising from this waiver and explore alternative funding mechanisms if necessary.
Yeah. So by the 3rd month, we as a team, sales and marketing and finance, we have to sit down and look at what is the waiver doing to us, whether it's helping us or it's harming us, right? But in most cases, it's going to help us looking at the first waiver because these are bad debts. Most times in accounting, people say you have to put bad debts where bad debts belong. But then we're trying to recover these bad debts. It's a way of getting what we could not get by just running behind our customers to get the money out of them. So once we sit on the drawing board and see that, look at our finances when it comes to the waiver and see that where we stand as a management team, as per our operations and the money we are collecting, the revenue we're generating, we go back to the board with our report. And it's upon the board now to decide whether or not they want us to continue the waiver or do another resolution to put a halt to it. So that goes back to our marketing and awareness. We have to do more of that so that more people are encouraged to come.
Okay, so then let's go to the marketing manager. The public communication you were talking about earlier, you talk about the zones, the 12 zones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 12 zones of Monserrato and parts in Margibi. How are you going to communicate? I mean, it's good that you know the place, you've segmentalized the place, but how do you get the message? I know coming here is one way or one of the ways, but what are the other ways?
So what we have intended is that we will have flyers, and we will also have our system set up where we will locate a wide area where we have most of our people, and then spread out the message. Yes, so by means of the PRO, we use our PA system. We have our PA system where we use our loud sound so that people can hear it. We use our megaphone, we go in the community from homes so that people can get to know that they have the opportunity now to do this before it is late, so that there is no way of thinking, struggling how to be clear the area. There's a big opportunity given them from now to December, and if from now to January 10, they can benefit. So we have all of that in mind. So we use our flyer, we use our megaphone, we use our PA system to communicate.
You're gonna, I mean, they get one word, say the jaw with it.
The jaw with this, us to us better. We will do that.
Okay. Finally, before my colleague comes in, and I think maybe this one will go back to the Deputy Managing Director, Janice. If I call you Janice, okay?
No problem.
Okay. Janice, the review and evaluation, at what time do you do it? Because you put out a public policy, you want to, I see review and evaluation. Is it like at the end of January, or you're going to have a midpoint review?
So we, like I said earlier, we do a midpoint review, and then we do the final review. So the midpoint review will inform us whether or not we're doing well, and also allow the board to give us the authority to go on or cut it off. And the endpoint evaluation is going to tell us what the process was, and it's also going to help us compare the 6 months as to that of the 3 months process that we did.
Okay.
Okay, let me start. I got a series of questions because I think let me call myself a victim from the point of water first. So from the mapping, I'm in zone 5, that is FE, right? If I got you right.
Yeah.
Then where I am, since I got there, I've not used water, but I made a bill of 700 and change. So we've been back and forth with the owner of the property because I can't have water, and you don't expect me to go and pay that bill. So now, come to think about it, the waiver of 50%, who pay that? Because the landlord is saying that he is not responsible. 1, 2, he wasn't aware that water was flowing through the building, and the people that were there, he can't get hold of them. I don't know where I start. I stand right now at this point.
So at Water and Sewer, we can't determine who footed the bill. That's not our goal. Our goal is to ensure that that bill is paid. But in the human mind, I can tell you it's 2 ways. Your landlord's supposed to ensure that his or her previous tenant clear all utility bills before moving out. That's a common practice if you're a house owner. That's what you should be doing. And if they don't do that, and the second point, if you see not having water as an inconvenience, I would say to you, you can take the risks and pay so that you get water in.
700, I pay the money.
But at Water and so we
Just divide by 2.
It's half. We can take the liability. Somebody has to take the liability in ours.
So does it
part
mean
of the liability we're taking is to ensure that you have a 50%. Yeah.
Does it mean if the 50% is not paid by me or the landlord, I'm not going to have water?
No, you can't get connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's what I've been faced with.
Okay.
And let's take it from the point of view, right? So at what time, if the client pays into the water and sewer account or for the sewer line, at what time? Is it a stipulated time that is to be clear? Because I've been through that one. I used to leave Mama Point because we pay, like the owner of the property, you don't enter if you don't pay 6 months sewer fee. You pay before she accept the rent. But at what time? Because sometimes we inconvenient us, we have to pay upfront. And why is it not coming on time and we pay inconvenience by what we are experiencing in the community? So I want to know at the point, because always it's like water and sewer, we pay, they don't want to come. It's always about, even on the Randall Street right now. So sometimes I'm like, asking the people where your stores, where are your fee about this, that we pay, and the people, they have not come. So I just want to get clarity on that because
Okay.
most time in the street people there water
So
and
talking about people not coming on time, the way the sewer system works is people don't come to collect their sewage.
Okay.
The entire Monrovia and up to Congo Town and towards the Busher Island has an underground sewage network that you and I don't see. It's an underground. So when you drive around, you see manholes. Those manholes where the disadvantage you've removed the cover, those are entering to the sewer lines. Part of the reason why we have sewage spillage is a Liberian people's problem. Part of the reason why we have sewage spillage is a Liberian people problem, not a water and sewer problem. A lot of us build on the water line. A lot of us use the sewage as dump sites, and we see it, we do it, and then when the effect comes, they want the corporation to. It's our duty to ensure that the city is clean, but it's also the responsibility of the citizens to ensure that they don't do the wrong thing with the sewer line. As it relates to your landlord, I don't know why she was taking 6 months ahead. Everybody have their own reasons why they do things. But in water and sewer, our bills are monthly. So once you come, you pay a sewer bill monthly. We will never disconnect you. We'll never embarrass you. Even if you're a paying customer and you have a spillage at your home or your building, you call on us, we will definitely come there to ensure that spillage is solved. So maybe the reason she was taking the 6 months is to not get into the trouble of people leaving areas why they leave. I'm sure that's why she was doing it.
Okay, so back to water. So where I live was a building with a lot of people. Let's take for example that I've agreed to pay the 50% waiver, right? And then there are others within that building, because we're on the same land, that have not cleared theirs. We are still have water in my home.
Yeah. So here is it. I don't know where you live, but I know a couple of buildings on the FE that got plenty people, and we've had issues like that. So your water line is connected to your house. It's one house, one water line, one meter.
Just like the LEC.
Yes. Yeah. One house, one water. Even if we go in and see there are several apartments on one line, we discourage that, because you might be inconvenienced because of my irresponsibility, and we can't do that. So we ensure that you have your line running to you. And if you ever come to clear all your areas and we have that problem, we're going to solve it for you and ensure that only you have your line and you enjoy the service.
Okay.
This is the Prime Morning Drive on Prime FM 105.5. We're talking all things Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Our guests are Janice Love Brooklet, Deputy Managing Director, Sales and Marketing, and Wade Haba, Marketing Manager, Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Before we go to your 5-year strategic plan, let's talk about the new tariffs. I mean that the president, has signed. Drill us through it. Like the government wants everybody, to have water as much as possible. Every one of us. Let's drill us through the new tariff.
Okay, so we have a new tariff that was signed by the president, and that takes effect already by the 15th of, is it the 15th? Yeah, by the 1st of August.
So we run 15 days.
Yeah, we've run 15 days already. And so again, we got our water and sewer and we saw different kinds of tariff. Some of the tariff were actually they were actually not favorable for our clients, so as to speak. Especially if you look at the sewer, if you look at the tariff sheet, I don't know whether you have one. The water tariff remain constant. Only the part of prepaid meter, that's where we reduce it, because now we're also introducing prepaid meter in our system. So, but if you look at the sewer tariff, the tariff were inconsistent. Some of it we saw that they were not favorable for the clients, especially public facilities, schools, clinics, places of worship. So that's why led us as a management team to sit and say, what can we do? We have all these complaints coming from our clients. Plus, we also have the huge arrears. Some of them arise from people thinking that the tariff were way overboard for them. So we got back on the drawing board, did a tariff review, and proposed to the board that based on the experience we've had for the last 17 months, we satisfied that these tariffs are better for our clients, to serve them well, ensure that they pay us. So we took the tariff back. For water, all of the tariff remain the same. So if you're a water client out there, your tariff is still the same. Unless for borehole, commercial borehole, I think it's 2 commercial borehole in our gantry. So we have something called commercial borehole, and I'd like to speak to that.
Please do.
So in our act, the amended one of 2017, section 15.234 all the way down, it tells us that we are water and sewer, we have the right to meter every commercial borehole that extracts more than 5,000 gallons. And so a commercial borehole is like a borehole that Prime FM has here, because you are for profit and you have a borehole.
Radio station for profit.
Yeah, you are for profit.
We're not selling water here. We just use it.
No. So whether you use it or not, yeah. Some people now will get what's we just use it for if you're a business entity and you have a borehole and you extract more than 5,000 gallons a month, then we meter your borehole.
So my question is, and then you can elaborate, how do you measure the 5,000 gallons per month?
So usually people that have borehole have tanks, right? So we see your tank, we know the size of the tank. It's just a quick interview to talk to you for 5 minutes, and I know how many gallons you. I'm not going to tell you the strategy here, but I know how many gallons you use in a month time. And so once we find out how we come and meter your borehole, we encourage you to register, put a meter on it, and then every month we come and read your meter, and based on that meter reading, you pay to government. Because guess what? Water is a natural resource, and you have to pay for the usage. Yeah. But for family boreholes, family boreholes are 100% free, unless we're able to establish that you're using that family borehole for commercial purposes, then we meter you.
So let's assume, this, and I know there are people, I'm not too sure whether it's still being practiced, but I know growing up, you go to the well, whether it's a hand pump or a well, you pay $5 for 2 gallons. If in that situation, do you also put a meter there and you make the person to pay?
So he's talking about the kiosk.
Shallow well.
Yeah, something like shallow well.
I think Mrs. Haba can speak.
Okay.
So for the shallow well, no, because that's a private well.
Okay,
or community well, what
Okay.
people go enjoy. So we don't meter that.
Okay.
Yeah. But if it is the chaos, what is what the chaos, or if another.
No, in this situation, I'm talking about the community, the shallow wells.
No, that is.
So what if it's the hand pump where the man builds his hand pump and he's charging us 3 gallons for $5 or 3 for 10? You don't put meters.
Don't do that. Yeah, we don't.
So, I just want to ask just one more question, but I firstly want to say what I should have said earlier. Let me commend the Liberian water receiver. You people are doing well, because even though I have not had water, but a couple of my friends got water. But what I want to know is that this new water receiver, because back then people water will go, sometimes it don't come, sometimes it go 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months. This new water receiver, is it a 24-hour service?
No, currently we don't run a 24-hour service, and there are several factors involved.
Okay.
We are like any other LEC client. Our plant, we have a treatment plant in White Plains, and we are like any other LEC client.
So you benefit from LEC as well?
Yes. So if LEC goes now, our plant is off. You will still have water because the pipes are charged.
Mm-hmm.
But there are plans on the way to have a dedicated transformer that is on 24/7. That is part of our strategic plan to ensure that we have 24 hours water. And also we've been having cupboard ruptures. It's been all in the news because the pipes we have underground, they're more than 50 years old. I think all the pipes underground older than all of us in the studio.
Wow.
And every now and then, because there is a constant pumping of water, the pressure disrupts the pipe, and then we have the rupture on the pipes. But currently, thanks to the World Bank, we are doing a project to change our 36-inch pipes to 48-inch pipes. Even though it's not, we're not going to change all because the project stops at a certain mile, but then it helps. At least it does the work of us not going through ruptures, have ruptures now. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're talking about the upgrading or the rehabilitation, is that the one you brought in the giant size
Yeah.
pipe
Yes.
from China? How
Yes.
far are you with that work?
So
Because
we,
there was a big media spectacle around.
yeah,
that
so
part.
we are nearing completion. By the end of the year, we should be done with that.
They're doing a very good
Yeah.
job.
Okay. Then this takes me to the next concern before we go to the. I'm keeping the 5 year strategic plan, to my chest. But let me do this. There are some of our friends and family members who do this sachet water, called the mineral water. Do you charge them as well?
If they do have boreholes, yes, we charge them. And if they're connected to our lines, we also charge them. And we encourage most of them to get connected to our line for the cost benefit analysis part of it, because our water is already treated. So you don't have to go through the entire process of treating your water and all of that, which is costly for them. So, yeah.
But what's about the situation where he or she has it? Because I know of places, Nuku Town and other communities, they dig the well in the facility and they pump the water through the machine to the sachet and it's being commercialized. Do you charge them as well?
So for if the deco well, if you're talking about borehole, so we definitely meter your borehole.
Okay.
So you pay per the water you use. But when it comes to ensuring the safety and all of that of the water, that's not on us.
Okay.
So it's on Enfield
The
and
wash
commission.
Commission,
Yes.
All right, this is the Prime Morning Drive on Prime FM 105.5. Janice Love Brooklyn, Deputy Managing Director, Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Wade Haba, Marketing Manager, Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, are my guests. We're talking all things Liberia Water and Sewer. I'm not ready for calls yet. Let's go to this 5 year strategic plan. Very rare you got public and private offices coming up with a work plan. I've been in the NGO sector. I know what it means to come up with a work plan. Drill us through this 5 year work plan. What were some of the thoughts that went into preparing this work plan?
Okay, so before the 5 year strategic plan, at Water and Sewer we have a work plan or yearly annual work plan, and then that work plan, every division has their own work plan that feeds into the annual work plan.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also ensured that when we took over, we created a business plan for the LWSC. So the way we look at the public entities and be like we're looking for funding from different NGOs or donors at Water and Sewer, we are grateful if we get that. But our primary goal is to look out there for investors that want to invest into this sector. Because sanitation and water, they're two huge sectors that anybody invests in, you're going to get a marginal return on your investment. So going to the strategic plan, there are a lot of things that were put into the strategic plan. When we took over, we met a draft strategic plan.
Okay.
That was still in, I think, the first or second draft, and was never completed, neither implemented, and not redoing the wheels. We decided to take it, look at it,
Wow.
and do something about it. So that was when we benefited from a little grant from USAID through Tetra Tech, and they hired consultants. So during the hiring process of the consultants, we were considered, like our views were considered, and we told them that if we have to do it for Liberia, it has to be by Liberians. Because we don't want somebody coming from somewhere and writing a 5 year strategic plan for Liberia and they have no idea
How the water sector
what's
looks
happening in Liberia. So they were able to contract a group called WUTV, and WUTV is spearheaded by Dr. Joe Besa and and Isaac Vatuka. So the both of them plus their team put together our 5 year strategic plan, and I want to say thank you to them. They really did an extremely excellent job and put all of our thoughts. Part of what I learned from them is that they didn't just sit with the management team.
Okay.
Almost every staff in Water and Sewer, they talked to them, did different interviews, and went out there to our clients also and made them a part. We did a validation where our clients were at, and we did the plan. So the strategic plan looked at several different things. So we look at our mission, our vision, And then we look at different goals by 2029. So one of that was service expansion. Another one was for the service expansion. We said we want to double our water connection from 15,000 to 30,000, and our seawater from 1,560 to 3,000. We also want to improve reliability. There's a difference between providing a service and providing a reliable service. Like she said, sometimes the water will go and come. That's not reliability in any form. So we want to ensure that we increase our daily water supply from 10 hours to 16 hours. Currently, we have a 10-hour schedule. And then we also want to boost our production up to 8 million gallons per day. And also financial sustainability. I think we all around the room know the elephant in the room is that water and sewer has been one entity that has not been financially sustainable for a long time. And we've been heavily dependent on government subsidies. And that's something we as a management team, we want to reduce that from 50% to 20% by 2029. And the last one is for technology efficiency. We in the smart age, we in the digital age, and everywhere you go now, there's something called smart water meters, prepaid. Currently, we've introduced prepaid meters. I think we've installed around maybe 200 or 300 meters already, and they are functional, and we see that there is a huge revenue boost in prepaid meter than that of the regular postpaid mechanical meters, because when we have prepaid meter, we're not going to run behind anybody for payment. We're not going to come here to be discussing 50% or 25% waiver. You pay per your usage. So that's going to help us. And also, we just don't want to do prepaid meters. We want to move to a point where we can do smart prepaid meters where clients are able to interact with the service via their phone, via their computer or whatever. Technology. Yeah. So those are the goals for our strategic plan.
Wonderful plan, and in the words of my co-host,
I want to take it from my end lastly.
You go ahead.
Okay, so lastly from my end, Madam DMD, or see, there are a lot of good work. Another way we look there are pushing Prime FM, but water receiver over the past almost 2 years now, I've been doing a lot of good jobs, especially in the last 10 months, if I can recall. But the public, we are not hearing some of the good jobs you people are doing, because we just go see water coming. So I go, my friends, I know water coming from because I get some. But then, so are you looking into publicity, they're coming, running through jingles, maybe pre-recorded programs, so that people can know what is simple English and standard English, so at least the public can be aware that especially this waiver thing. Are you looking into it? Even though I know it will come to Prime FM, but I'm also making a recommendation to the team, the management team of Water and Sewer, because I know as a Liberian who have lived in this country for almost 40 years, I know what we've been through, and I also have experienced what we are experiencing in the past 10 or 1 year. So are you looking into that? If not, making a recommendation to the management team to look into that, because that's a very good job. Even the one at White Plain, that pipe thing, that some of my friends I can see on the story, they not ask, they explain. But when just sit down here, the native people will not know, people not on social media, people don't follow radio. So I just try to just bring that up, even though it's
I would like her to speak to that. Our PRMS behind the camera, maybe he could add.
So you're right. There has not been much publicity on most of our services, and that is why this time around we are ever ready to do so. We definitely have planned for our jingle to air our jingle, and even in simple Liberian in English, so that our people can know what is happening. Yes, and also we also have planned to let everybody be aware of what we are doing, and that is why, as he said, we'll be in all of the communities. Yeah, we'll be in all of the communities everywhere. We'll be on the radio. We'll be on whatever media. In fact, we have our social, we have our content creation. We have our content creators right now who we have just signed a contract with, and they are involved into the social media aspect. So sometimes you see on the Facebook, you see a lot of different description of what we are doing. They will portray all of those things.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back to Janice. Firstly, the 5-year strategic work plan, is it accessible to the public? Is it on your Facebook? Is it on the website?
Yes, it's on the website.
Okay. What is the website address so that someone listening can
The
do it?
website is www.lwsc.gov.lr.
www.lwsc.gov.lr. Okay, I'll click it in and see if the website is functional. But let me ask 2 more questions and then we'll go to the lines with the time now at 9 minutes after 10 o'clock. The first concern is your work plan is costed at 156 million. That's an awful lot of money. It's not, chicken change, let me say in our Liberian parlance. Where are you going to get it? Is it donor driven? Is it government funded? I mean, how are you going to get it?
So the strategic plan is it's costly, and I like when the finance minister said at the launch, when he said this is very ambiguous, but we're going to help you get there. So I remember stating first that we are looking out there for investors, because we have a whole sewage plant that was damaged due to the war, and then that sewage plant lies there in Fiamma. But guess what? If we rehabilitate that sewage plant or do a whole new sewage plant, there's a lot of things that we can benefit from as Liberians and create jobs. So first we can get methane gas, we can get cooking gas that people sell around, you can get fertilizer, there are a whole lot of different things that you get from waste. So we're not just looking at subsidy from government or our own revenue generation. We're also looking forward to investment from private sector entity, international bodies. And if the donor community see the need that, okay, there's something that aligns with our own plan as a donor partner, and we want to invest in this so that people have safe and clean drinking water plus good sanitation services, that is something we also welcome. So we looking at different angles to complete this strategic plan by 2029.
And then finally, before we go to the line, I mean, in the plan you are at let me go there quickly. You are at 15,000 connection in 2024.
Yeah.
And you want to go to 30,000 by 2029.
Yeah.
You want to achieve half of what you are now. But if you look at the lifespan, is too long. I mean, I'm thinking like it's too small, your target. What do you say to it?
I don't think the target is small, because if you divide that 15,000 by the
5 years,
by 5 years,
so it's
talking about around 3,000 per year.
per year.
So currently our customer intake per year is around anywhere between 900 to 1,000. For the last 1 year that I ran the analysis, it's between that. So if we want to take it now to 3 years, that's tripling to 3,000 rather. That's tripling the current amount that we have, like the current new client base that we have. So it's not small, because you'll see it's a small number, but it's not small. To get people to come and get on these kind of services is kind of difficult to do, but we've been trying to do that, and gradually we're getting there. Part of the things is we have different sources of water in Liberia. It's not like there is a law where nobody digs well. Everybody has to go through a utility. So once we get there gradually as Liberia, I'm sure maybe in the next 20 years, Water and Soil will be able to be the only provider of water to every home in Liberia.
And let me pick on that, because that will make me to think like your expectation for efficiency in raising bills or revenue. I mean, with the backdrop that Danisha is privileged or fortunate to build a house, he can dig a well in the house. I mean, he doesn't care about water and sewer. Once he can buy the water sack, he's good. So how do you mitigate, what people can do in the absence of any law preventing them versus what you want to raise in your 5-year work plan?
So as water and sewer, we're not close to the authority to say Danishas cannot decor well. What we can do is to promote our service, because guess what? When you decor well in your community or at your house, unless you treat it, it's not drinkable.
Okay.
But if you just go to the pump and take water and sewer water, it's drinkable. That's the first thing. The second thing is the cost attached to it. You have to use fuel to pump your water. From our analysis, a home of anywhere between 4 to 7 persons use around 5,000 or less a month, right? And if you do the family tariff by 5,000 gallons at the end of the month, your bill is only $25 USD plus a 10% GST that goes to government. 25 for 5,000 gallons if you're a family customer. The rate per gallon is 0.005. So if you times that by 5,000, you get $25. And then at the end, you don't spend a lot of money for gas. The process is seamless. You get to just open your faucet at any time.
Wow.
Your tank not getting empty. So there are a lot of advantages that we have that we can say to the public. I like the fact that she said that we're not doing a lot of publicity yet. You're right. And there's something we want to do more to encourage a lot of people to know that these are the services we have. They're very cheap, they're affordable.
Yeah,
they're reliable.
5,000 gallons.
Yeah.
Water bill is the cheapest thing.
Yeah, water bill is the cheapest thing. It's the cheapest thing.
Sometimes you go pay, they tell you say $20 or
if you only one person in your water, maybe your bill be around $6.
Yes.
$5 a month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, this is the Prime Money Drive on Prime FM 105.5. Let's now hear from you. We got two persons, two women from the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Janice Love Bropler, the Deputy Managing Director for Sales and Marketing, and Wade Abba, the Marketing Manager. Let's pick our first call. Good morning.
Good morning, Galicians. Thank you for accepting my calls on a personal line. Thank you. Simply, I'm concerned about the publicity.
You didn't call your name, even though I know your name, but you didn't call your name.
Sorry. So my name is Solomon Way. I'm a resident of Johnsonville. So I'd like to thank the guests, especially the deputy managing director. First, I thought it was political.
Yeah, the sound that myself.
I'm excited with the level of publicity goes so much, with the what I see on corporation. I hope it can be sustained, because at times, as well as they begin to achieve anywhere around it. Yeah. So I'm concerned about my community. The Johnsonville community, some time ago, the road was constructed, and during the process, water sewer had a line being connected, and we residents insisted that the pipe be crossed to the other side of the road, and so that was done. Right now, for us at the Johnsonville end, once you cross from Travis Market to Johnsonville, the boundary that walks to Johnsonville, we do not have water there, even though we see water passing every time. The line that is there is passing from White Plain straight up to where it goes. Well, we do not have water. We have got it behind them over and over. We do not know the problem, I told that we needed to go to water and sewer. The community has set up a committee. We go there, and they said that $70 to do some connection from where we identify the pipe to the community. Because you see the Josephville Drivers Market Road, so there where the park is, but just for it to collect it from there to carry it to the community, it's a difficult part.
Okay.
And I really appeal to you guys to set up a community, to at least go in the community to see, set up a community to go in the community to ascertain what is really going on.
Okay.
Because we try and there's nothing going on.
Okay, Solomon, thank you.
Thank you.
They will address your concern. Let's pick this one. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Kenya. Good morning to your guests. Good morning to Carrying Extension. I'm David Harris number from Blessing Street.
Okay.
Danishos, we have a compound of 4 houses and 11 persons in the house. these houses, and I would like to know how many gallons per month will it be paying. And I want to ask also whether water and sewer can, whether they can dig a well and place a cover in it or cover it. I would like to know the amount. And I also want to know what are they doing at those places that they broke on those sewage lines, because those places have become a dump site. Thank God the deputy minister is in there. I think she can.
Deputy managing director,
yeah, deputy managing director. Those places that they broke out are sewage line, and other places have become a dump site.
Yeah, and water side. What they do with water side? That would be my closing question for them.
I want to comment on it. And lastly, Danishos, the amount that will be connected on a monthly basis, I think it's a drop in the ocean. I want them to
increase it.
To ensure that increase that number. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, a question and recommendation. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, Yanime. Where are you calling from?
I'm Christian.
Sorry, your name?
I'm Christian.
Okay.
Christian President, I could join the conversation this morning from the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau.
Let's hear you, Chris.
Danishas, let me appreciate your guest. I think it's important that, we make information very clear to the Lagrange people. I want to ask and also make our appeal. Danishas, we are living in the Dog community. During the dry season, it cannot be easy for us.
Okay.
It cannot be easy for us. And it's just when you see people parading in search for water, you feel that during the 1990 war, what people have almost on the
You mean there is no LWSC, chaos, or any water facility in Dog community?
Danishas, no water facility. People
okay.
Okay,
the DMD will respond to that.
People what they usually do, the water sellers in the community, they got the trucks, they made who supplies water. They will have the tanks and other things there. They will call those men and the men will come with the trucks. Water gallons, a gallon of water can be sold for $100.
You mean the 6 gallon container?
Continue. They all continue.
Yeah, the 5 and 6 gallon, they sell one for $100. Okay, all right. She took note. She will respond to it. Let me take another person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Danishas.
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
To your studio guest.
Yeah.
My name is Randa Dwyer. I call from 9th Street.
Let's hear you, Randa.
Yeah, let me firstly appreciate the Water and Sewer family. Is one of the government entities that are actually doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me congratulate them. My concern is the implementation of that waiver stuff they're talking about. Because it has to be managed well so that citizens will benefit the way they plan it. During the former regime, right after the coronavirus, President Weah announced, the government announced waiver. And then those that were on the field during the collection and other things, they did not really go by what the government said at the time.
Okay.
After that coronavirus issue. So when they go there, they take the full bill, and those who try to pay them, they cut you off. And when you have the desire.
Okay. We didn't take you off, but at least they called power. Hello? Good morning?
Yeah, I told them.
Good morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead now. Go ahead, quickly.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They have to really do their education and help them manage it well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's good morning.
Danisha, morning. Good morning to the listening public. I remain Jerry Candy, coming out very cheap. I'm the last one in the media person of service today.
Let's hear you.
Danisha, let me appreciate you and your guests this morning for this level of simplicity you guys have applied on the station and making sure that we all understand what's the best thing to do. And Danisha, I want you to tell me, because I'm a computer, I remember almost a decade back, we some of us in the community benefit from line. There now it's not functioning.
You mean in the South Beach community?
How we can make it to function now? What's the process with that?
You mean in the South Beach?
I want to, yeah.
Okay.
Tanisha, you want to ask me?
Yeah, you mean in the South Beach community there was a water line that was functional and now.
Yeah, especially South Beach community. Right after the principal power gate, you
Okay.
see the place there. It's still there, and you see where they constructed the project that in Bapuri when you go there. Right after the principal power gate, you see it, and it has actually been down for almost 10 years.
10 years, wow.
Yes, there where I still live.
Okay, so
we want to know how we can engage them in order to the
functional, yeah, they've noted it and they will respond. Thank you. They've noted it and they will respond. Yes, 10 years now, right in the city. All right, let's go back to you. It's 6 minutes to sign off time. You listen to the concerns. Let's hear from you. Beginning with Solomon, where about the Johnsonville area.
Okay, so the Johnsonville issue is something that we know of.
Okay.
So we have a part of Johnsonville, like he said, that have our water line, and we have another part that don't have our services, even though they have the huge line passing by them. And we encourage community dwellers to always come. I think we've gotten two letters from communities in Johnsonville, and we've done an assessment. Mrs. Harper can say more about that because she went in the field and we did that.
Okay, yeah, Mrs. Harper, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so for the Johnsonville, as my boss director said, we did one fee and met with the community leadership because they wrote the managing director that the community really need water. And so we in the technical team visited the community and we saw that quickly there is a need for water. So our team, the technical team did a BOQ, they did the technical assessment, and then we came up with a BOQ that the community will get themselves in getting the material, because as we all can see, water and sewer, as my boss said, the water and sewer is not really capacity there to feed every community connection. So what we do is that we talk to them and say, okay, there is a BOQ, so you can look at what is allocated on this BOQ. We can consider this as a project for you. Whatever is on this BOQ, we will consider it. You can give us maybe the $70 for registration. We can use the $70. That $70 should be for water as well, or we can give it back to you by purchasing the materials so that you can get connected. So most of the community we spoke to, like the Johnsonville area, they are all willing. They are waiting. They are getting involved into their water connection. And they said very soon they will get to us, but they are planning it.
So my question and the follow-up is that how do you, if I can use the word, meterize them? Because the water is not charity. You're asking them something like a pre-finance. So if the BOQ totals say $500, and maybe there are 10 households who are going to connect. I mean, how do you put a meter to say, okay, house number one, you pay $75. This is a meter will quantify how many consumption of water you use over a period, and then we say you will use the water for this time and after this time. How do you do all the? It's kind of complicated.
No, so what's really happy is that say for instance we have, because what the community really need first of all is the branch line.
Okay.
So once that branch line
enters the
community, then each home
cannot buy their individual pipes to connect
exactly
and then feed into the
so those individual pipes, because each home will have a meter.
Okay.
So to register and get your meter connected to your home along with your line, that is the $70.
Okay.
We say we give all that $70 and we will give it back to you.
Okay.
But get your money. The only thing you need as a home, buy your, because there will be an assessment for each home.
Okay.
You will buy your material.
Okay. And how far are they now with that kind of
overreach? As speak, they have not gotten to us, most of them, but they are looking into it. Just yesterday, one of my staff were calling to check on most of these people who applied and gave on the BOQ. to see how far they are with their process. We told them that we are willing to even go into the community, create mobilization, so that we can help most of the homes to know the importance of this project that they want to undertake in the community.
Okay, I think Solo, your question is answered, but if you still got some concerns, Solo, just call me. I'll take you maybe for 30 seconds or a minute. You want to respond to the rest of the
but and also I want to add, if since he's a journalist in the community, if they can write or we do a communication if they ever done one and send it to the MD, we can ensure that we look at that. So how many dollars per month? I'm sorry, we can only give you an estimate. We can't tell you what your bill is because sometimes one person uses a lot of water, then 5 person will use. So the next one is we do not dig wells for anybody. Every borehole that we dig, we contract borehole companies, and it's for provision of water to communities that our pipes can go into. With the dump site for demolished areas.
Yes.
So the first thing, LWSC do not demolish anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So we propose.
Well, I come in. Your boss was on this very platform.
So we do not demolish.
Okay. What do you do?
We come here and see that Prime FM is on our sewage line.
Okay.
We report you to the Ministry of Public Works.
Okay.
It's Public Works who does the demolition.
Okay.
And then when it comes to using a place as a trash or dump site, LWSC again is not MCC.
Yes, MCC.
That's MCC's work to go
share responsibility
to clean it. The waste from the street. So Dole community, I would like to speak to the issue of Dole community because this is somewhere I've visited time with our number.
Okay.
I like when people being truthful, especially on these public platform. To come and say Dole community does not have water is not true. I just ran an analysis of our system. We currently have 199 customers in Dole community. 199. And let me tell you some of the problems I have seen. The most of the houses
we'll send our team of reporters there to fact check.
If you want, I can put a technical person behind that reporter to show you places where they have. So because the way Dole community is built, most of the houses don't have the interior piping. So most of them use what we call a kiosk system or go to somewhere to draw. We have maybe over 100 of those in Dole community. Yeah, there are two problems. The first problem is those people that they're actually businesses, they don't pay bills. And I'm not afraid to say it. They do not pay bills.
They benefit
your I can give you tons of reports to prove that. I give you letters that some of them have written to say, how can we regularize? We round table and everything, and they still don't pay bills. That's the first thing. The second thing is part of Dole community, our pressure there is low because of the way the pipes were positioned. And I'm sure those who did the pipes at the time, they had issue with demolishing homes, so they had to be moving the pipes from one place to another. So it decreases. So the minute you reach around almost where they have the park,
the sports park.
So from the sports park all the way to Clarendon store, that place the water pressure is really high because they have, I think, an 8-inch or 16-inch. I think an 8-inch. Yes, they have an 8-inch that I have seen. But beyond that park, the water pressure drops because the piping, the piping didn't go the way it's supposed to go.
In a zigzag.
Yes. So during the dry season, some of the people that are on that end, they buy water from truckers.
Okay.
Yes, but the one that are on the better end during the dry season, they don't buy water from truckers. I was in Dole community last dry season, and I know exactly what I saw, and what I'm saying here is what's happening.
So the guy who called is not saying the truth.
Yes, to say Dole community does not have water, that's not true. Okay. I can take him to places now that have water.
Okay, what's the other concern?
The other concern was the COVID waiver. So during the COVID, what we saw on books, there wasn't a waiver.
Okay.
The president made an announcement to pay water bills on behalf of customers. So
in the whole republic.
In the republic.
Oh, that's too much.
Yes. So that was done through the Ministry of Finance. So based on your bill, a certain amount was allocated. So it wasn't like $100 across the board. No. Okay. Based on your bill, I think they calculated a by percentage. Based on your bill, a certain amount was paid to you. I just consulted with her because I wasn't there, and she had informed me that there wasn't a waiver.
She's an institutional member.
Yes, she's been there, so she can speak more to that.
Yeah, Miss Hama, let's hear you.
Yeah, just what my boss said. That's true. There was certain amount on your water bill that the president waived.
Like how? So Danisha owes say 300. How much did the president
Yeah, even though I'm not from the finance point of view,
okay,
but or the from the account receivable, but I cannot really
recall
yet
specific
waiver
waivers.
amount, but yeah, but
So it was not 100%.
no, it was
So
not
also, it was not like this waiver. So this is a waiver, and the other one wasn't a waiver. The other one was paying on your debt for you. So this one we saying we waive 50%. You come in, we are on 50%. For what they did during the COVID and looking at the system is they pay your bills for 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
true. Yeah.
For 3 months.
If you owe say 600,
Yes.
which is for 6 months,
Yes.
and then
They
they pay for 3 months,
They
you
pay
still
your
owe
bill.
300.
Yeah.
So DMD, did the president pay for that waiver?
Yes,
Did he
yes.
pay?
They actually pay through finance ministry. We have it here.
Okay.
You can look at it.
Each customer ledger.
Each customer ledger.
Yeah.
So if people are in the field collecting money from customers, I wasn't there.
No.
I can't speak to that. But what I know
That
is
was
that
not
they paid
straight with the system.
straight with the
The
system
system.
through Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
Any more concerns there?
South Beach.
Okay, Sabi, yes.
So
10 years now,
Central Monrovia has been cut off for 10 years. Up until last year when we did Central Monrovia.
That's a confirmation from
Yes.
the caller from
Yes.
South Beach.
Yes, Central Monrovia was off.
Wow.
We have a 1 million gallon booster at the top of Duco. Yes, that we rehabilitated, and then we started to pump water in Central Monrovia. But I think with Central Monrovia, comparing them to places like Pinsville or Gardnersville, their pumping schedule is different, right? We don't have the same pumping schedule. So when we pump, we have different days in a week where they pump through that through the booster, because the technology to have water up there every time, we don't have all of those. We're still working on them, and then also to feed the water back to everybody. Also coupled with the fact that some of the lines have been broken for ages, some of the lines have been built on for ages. Like we just had a situation, I think a couple of months back, like 4 or 5 months ago, where one of our pipes ruptured at a primary school on Nipo Street. The only thing that happened, I can't remember the name, but the only thing that happened was the kids were outside for recess. I think it's one of these toddler classes, and the pipe burst and the classroom got flooded. So imagine if we had kids in the class, it would have been something different. Yes. So there are different reasons, but to also give him some level of coverage is for him to come at the entity or let the community. I always like
He's the chairman.
I always like for communities to apply, because the process is easier than you alone applying, because it's very costly if you're the first person to take water to any community. But when the community come together, it makes it easier, and everybody can put their hands around to get the water. So if he's listening, Mr. Chairman, please, right, if we can get water to everywhere, we can get you what we call or kiosk system, like a tank. I think it's right at the end of this building. On one of the side, we have one community here called Marco Benny.
Yeah, Marco Benny.
Yes.
Should be somewhere.
So Marco Benny community, we just signed an MOU with them, and they benefited from our kiosk system. We have a tank there, and our community is getting water. Though not through their houses, but they go to the pump and fetch water.
Let me add to this caller, the first caller who I mentioned, dry rice market. I can tell you that for dry rice market, there is a community closer to dry rice market called 1603. The community roads, the pipeline is passing right from the dry rice market, right on where he spoke of. So we encourage him then to join the chairman so that and encourage others homes. So we have already did the assessment, we provided the BOQ, support the community chair, look at the BOQ, sit as a community, look at it and see how best you can help to push so that you can get water. The estimate is already given to them, we just need their support, and then we will get the connection done.
Alright, finally, I mean, you exhausted all the concerns. Finally, I kept this one, the last for the very best. water side, the commercial district, there is this, I know, since our beginning, the sewage problem. I mean, and I mean, what is you break this down? What do you do about this water side sewage problem?
So like I said earlier on, we don't demolish, right?
Okay, sorry, public. You call public.
We propose to public work to
yeah.
demolish, and some of these things they have a turnaround time. Some of these things public work have their own time, their own schedule, and things they do. But with down water side, we also have an issue of people building on the sewage. Those are things we've discussed in different meetings and reported to public works. I'm sure these are things that are on their list to do. Or even if they're not demolishing the place, there's a way you can, if whoever owns the building can finance the cost of ensuring that the sewer line goes the proper way. We had a building around Johansson, and that building had similar issue with sewer lines and what have you. And the owner of the building decided, okay, I can afford the cost so that my building does not get demolished, but then it's done properly so that people don't get affected. So yeah.
Okay, finally, closing comments. Let's start with you.
So thank you, Tanisha, for having us into your studio to explain to our valuable customer the benefit of the waiver, the 50% and 25%, 50% for water and 25% for sewer. So we are encouraging all of our valuable customers within Monrovia and its environment. If you are then struggling to clear your area, the opportunity is now given to you. Please take advantage of it. Get to our various booster stations or come at our Terity Health office and meet our staff and clear your area. That will be good for you.
Janice?
Okay, so to close, I would like to say a quote from the MD. It says, "Water is life, and this strategic plan is our commitment to ensuring every Liberian has access to clean water and sanitation, foundations for health, dignity, and prosperity." And I want to say thank you to your team and our listeners out there, plus our valued customers, for attending this program and also looking forward to using our services or who are currently services. And I also want to say thank you to our managing director who has given us the authority to lead and serve our country. So thank you, and we hope to be back soon enough.
All right.